Anyway, here with more, Louisiana Senator John Kennedy is with us. So if you look at the number, this movie grossed less than $10,000 on its opening weekend. So you're averaging $80 per theater. Now, you don't have to be a mathematician from MIT or Harvard, Senator, to figure out here that this movie is a flop and a disaster. The question is, what does that tell us about the American people's attitude towards climate alarmism?
The movie about Congresswoman Ocasio-Cortez, Sean, makes me appreciate Elon Musk that much more. And here's what I mean by that. The people who have made the Congresswoman's movie, she had another one before that was on Netflix, are part of what I call the media entertainment industrial complex. They're not only entertainers, I'm including many digital newspapers, many paper newspapers, many mainstream television networks. These are folks who only present to the American people one point of view. And that's the point of view of Congresswoman Ocasio-Cortez. Many of the Congresswoman's supporters don't like America. They think America was wicked when it was founded. It's even more wicked today. They think the American people, or at least millions of them, are racist and misogynistic and ignorant. Many of these supporters of the Congresswoman assign people to a status. They don't see us as individuals. All white people, for example, they think are racist. All black people they think are victims. All women are powerless. They don't see us as individuals. That's why I appreciate what Elon Musk has done so much. He's taken a very courageous stand for the First Amendment. The man, they're beating on him like he stole Christmas. But he's tough. He's tough as a pine knot. And the man's got guts. He's got oranges the size of beach balls. And thanks to Elon Musk. Thanks to Elon Musk.
You're right.
We're going to have to get some new conspiracy theories because the old ones turned out all to be true.
Well,
they told us that they weren't censoring on Twitter, and that it was all a conspiracy theory. Well, Elon Musk has demonstrated otherwise, and I just wanted to give a tip of the hat to him.
The worst thing they did is the FBI was meeting with every big tech company weekly in the lead up to the 2020 election, warning them, well, you might have hacked materials. There might be a disinformation campaign from foreign adversaries. If you see anything on Hunter Biden, for example, it's probably not true. You're not going to want to disseminate that information. Isn't that the FBI putting their thumb on the scale of a presidential election weeks outside of that election? And doesn't it sound like they put their thumb on the scale in 2016 as well? How often is the FBI going to be influencing the outcome of our presidential elections?
Well, I think Director Wray has a lot of explaining to do to the American people.
Should he be fired for not cleaning this up?
I don't know who's right or wrong, but I think Director Wray, to preserve the integrity of the FBI, and I think most FBI agents are fine people, but clearly their leadership at times has been lacking, and I think Director Wray needs to call a press conference or come before Congress and in front of God, country, and the American people explain what all this means. Because this stuff, I was just going to say, these emails on Twitter that have been revealed, they ought to make every Democrat, every Republican in America who believes in the First Amendment gag.
You know, Senator, now I have a little bone to pick with Republicans in your body, the U.S. Senate. There's been 5 occasions since 1954 where the gavel has changed hands from one party to another. Never before under those circumstances has the Congress, or in this case the Senate, ever gone forward with an omnibus spending bill. Right now, you've called this, by the way, omnibus spending porn. I think you're right. I want you to explain the term. But now we have Republicans willing to go along with Chuck Schumer and the radical Democrats and give them a year-long budget when all they should be doing is passing a CR, continuing resolution, so that when the new House Republican leadership gets in power, there'll be a check and balance against the insane amount of spending that's going on in Washington. Now, why would your Republican colleagues be going along with this madness?
Well, you're going to have to ask those who end up going along with it. This is what I told my Republican and Democratic colleagues 2 weeks ago. I think to get control of inflation, we have to reduce the rate of spending growth and debt accumulation. That's my goal in passing a budget. And I told the proponents of the omnibus that they're going to have to demonstrate to me, given my goal, that they can get a better deal working with the Democrats in an omnibus than waiting for a Republican majority in the House. That's what they're going to have to show to me. Now, I'm on the Appropriations Committee. I don't have the slightest idea what's in the omnibus.
Nobody does.
The omnibus almost always contains what I call spending porn and a lot of extraneous features. I want to see the bill, but they've got to prove to me we can get a better deal doing it this way than waiting on the House majority or the Republican majority in the House, and that's a heavy burden to carry, and they've got to prove it to me. Otherwise, I'm going to vote no.
There's no way they can prove that to you. You know it, and I know it, and any Republican that goes along with this is buying into Democratic madness. It's really, I can't believe the lack of understanding of what a Republican majority in the House means to spending, and they should be thinking of all of this on their own and not needing a talk show host to remind them. Senator, good to see you, my friend. Merry Christmas.
Thank you, Sean. You too.